So today we also want to do some videos about the technical side of an island. We get a lot of questions from people like, how does that work on an island? Where does the sewer go? Where does the water come from? You know, how do you make the power? You know, there's a lot of information out there on the internet. A lot of people want to go off the grid. So everything that's off the grid on the mainland is actually the same as going off the grid on an island. You know, so the technologies have evolved tremendously in the last decades because going off the grid has been a big hype. The technologies have been going very far with you know, power generation from solar and wind and all the technologies for, you know, water collection and water purification. So yeah, we want to see, this is one example. There's a lot of ways to do it, right? And depending on the size of your development and on the location and, you know, and on the size of your island where you are, there's a lot of different ways to do it. So this is one of the examples that we want to give of somebody that studied it for 3 years, optimized his system to the detail. And yeah, if you tell us how do you get your water and where does it go?
Yeah, actually it's easy. You collect the rainwater from the roof, you store it in tanks, and then you get a water pump. So it sounds easy, but it took me actually 2 years to figure out how to do it the right way. What I didn't want to do, because water is also connected to power, if you get a desalination system that needs power, then on an island, if the technician has to change parts, maintenance, whatever, that is tricky. So I wanted to go with the rainwater. What I did,
I have mainly seen the desalination plants only going for like large projects. If you have a big hotel and you need a big flow of water, that the storage is becoming, you know, excessive, you know, then
So actually, you collect it from the roof. I started with one downspout and one gutter. And here in the tropics, you know, our tropical rain showers that are really like for 10-15 minutes, it's pouring down. And if you have just one downspout, you don't collect all this water. Okay. So what I did, I've put a second downspout exactly on the other side of the house. And now, even with the strongest tropical showers, you're catching all the water without anything going over the gutter.
Okay, so lesson number one is collect every drop that falls when it falls.
Exactly, collect every drop. Then it gets easy. I got 5 660-gallon water tanks, and they all need to be on the same level. If one is higher, you know, gravity doesn't work. So keep it on the same level, then you don't lose any water. And then the water goes into the water pump. I don't know if you want to have a look at the water
take
pump.
A quick look, you know.
The water goes down into the first tank. What you can also see, this has an air blower. This green little pump here, it blows air into the 3 tanks. Actually in the first 2 tanks, to get more air in it, more oxygen in it, so that the purification works better.
Okay, cool.
And then the water is used for my garden. There is an irrigation field, a pipe with holes actually. And you can grow the banana trees, the coconut, as you can see, I used my weed whacker 2 weeks ago. And within 2 weeks, it gets so much water.
So you have, okay, so the septic treatment system goes in a 3-tank cleaning system. You get that's oxygenated, you get the purest water out, and you recycle it again for irrigation for the plants. That's absolutely perfect.
And you can see something else, because in the dry season, here in the tropics, we may not have rain for 3-4 months. So the toilet is using a lot of water, and what I did was to add this salt water tank here, everything running on solar. So I'm just pumping out the salt water, pumping it up there, and this goes by gravity. So all that I have to do is to change one valve here, turn it around, then it's open, close the other cold water, the fresh water system. And the toilet works
runs
with
on salt water actually.
Right now, you know, it's a backup. It's a backup, like a backup generator if you want to save some rainwater. If it gets tricky, if you see you're getting low, then you're just using the salt water for the toilet. But this kind of water treatment system can use this brackish water, and the trees still growing, no problem at all.
All right.
Actually, that's about the water.
Yeah.
On this island, you want to use each and every drop of water. So what I realized, the AC is creating water out of the air, pure fresh water. And I thought I want to use this water for planting something. So I took seeds out of my tomatoes in the refrigerator, dried them, put them in there. And this is now like 2 months later, my tomatoes are growing like crazy just with water of my AC out of the air. And this is something that's really, really cool.
Yeah. So that runs from up there
it's
to
the pipe.
here.
Here's the pipe and here comes the water out. And it runs like a water hose. I mean, it's like in a kitchen if you turn on the water. With our humidity here in the tropics, it's